I'm a clapper. I clap, and that's how we start. All right. Welcome, everybody. Great Boomer here.
Dark Bolas.
We're here with our buddy, our pal, our friend, fellow Commander player in the Commander Championship, the Quad Seed, the 4 Seed, the Quattro.
Nahun.
Nahun, what brings you in today?
Well, you guys kidnapped me, and I can't get out. I'm stuck in between you two.
We got a little sandwich here.
All right. And just magic. It's a gathering.
It is a gathering. You know what's nice is, though, that with the coronavirus, our state has opened up a little bit, that we can play, we can get together for small gatherings, up to 50 people, which is more than in our league this time, so this is really nice.
Yeah, we've all been having an itch to play some paper Magic, and here we are doing just that.
Scratching that itch.
Yes, scratching. So today we're here for the week 2, but to get it started off, we want to go over who is in the lead for week 1. Coming into week 2, what do we got?
So week 1, we ended with Andee in the lead, tied with Dee and Kai. Thor falling close behind. Wes, DJ, and Logan tied together. Jake and Victor. And then we have Seth and Nahun dead last.
Nahun's getting that number 1 draft pick.
Yeah, going for that number 1 pick.
That QB, that franchise QB he's going to pick.
For our commentator cup, I am smoking Victor by 5 whole points.
He is. Not worried about it. Dev's a choker. He'll fail at the end. Not worried about it. Today, for the Cardboard Cantrips Commander Championship, Week 2, we have...
First, Nahun running Kumena, Tyrant of Orazka. A Merfolk tribal deck focused on control and beatdown.
Second is me. I brought Hapatra, Vizier of Poisons. Snakes on a plane, snakes to rule the world.
Then we have Kaj, who makes another appearance, but this time he is running his Omnath, Locus of Rage, elemental burn deck with the landfall triggers to back it up.
And going last today is, so far, first place, Andee playing her Trident to Edgar Markov, built around her Vampire Rush aggro deck to run over her opposition. Let's get into this.
Nahun playing Cavern of Souls, naming, as you could guess, Merfolk. Victor this time actually getting a land drop on turn 1.
Yep, tapped.
Passes over to Kai, who drops a land, who passes over to Andee, who also plays a land.
He's gonna go searching up your land. Ooh.
Yep. So they save some time, pass over to Nahun, who played a command tower. Andee got a swamp there. Quick to the field, Hapatra.
Get that snake's going.
Kai is looking ahead, getting some ramp with Myriad Landscape. Andee's taking her turn.
You know, this game's really exciting. You play that snakes on a plane. Gonna be able to... Oh, I'm kind of worried about this. Yeah,
that's a target for the board. Blood Artists with an Edgar Eminence trigger.
I've died to so many Blood Artists. So many triggers from Blood Artists. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, being one color, he fits in any black deck that has any sort of death, sacrifice theme. Aristocrats.
Yep.
Nahun casting Nissa, Steward of the Elements.
X is 1 here. And plus her up.
Finds himself a land.
No, she's a scry, I believe, when you plus her up. Scratchy.
Oh yeah, he did the other one.
Yep, that's good. Ooh, back to my turn. Oh, I'm pumped about this. I'm lacking on the leaderboard in my game. Oh, I'm going to drop down some card draw, Dark Tutelage.
Good card. It's a Bob there, but he goes for the swing against Kai, getting first blood, 2 damage.
Yeah.
Quickly proceeds to put a -1/-1 on Blood Artist.
I'm not losing to a Blood Artist. And Andee quickly points it at me.
Yeah. Revenge points. It's a thing.
It really is.
Thing to note, Andee did start with a -2 on her starting hand.
She mulliganed 3 times. Unfortunate.
Guy's looking over his hand.
Looks like he's going to be playing Yavimaya
Elder.
That's right. I don't know. I want to say Secure Tricep. I knew that wasn't it immediately. Oh, and he catches up with a Skull Clamp. Oh, that's good.
Quickly kills off the vampire. Draw some extra cards.
That's going to get her caught back up in this game.
Nahun mulling over. Decides to tick up Nissa.
Scry 2 again. This is a powerful card. I think it's one of the few Planeswalker cards I think is going to be that's very beneficial for our commander. Because she can technically come in, do her thing, also come in late in the game, and be at a very high life total and kind of protect herself with her own total there.
Yeah. Nahun tapping out, playing a Guardian Project. Very good in Commander because, oh, look at that. Everything only has one named card in each deck.
Off the Dark Tiller trigger, it looks like I hit a swamp. Nothing.
Getting a free card there.
Yep.
No life loss. Going in with Wayward Swordtooth. Got the card advantage, you got the ramp advantage.
And playing that Sylvan Ranger. I'm going to go get another forest. And bing! Sea's Blessing.
Already.
Look at that. Turn 3. Turn 4. It's 4.
Can't tell by all the lands.
This Hapatra, it does green black very well. It was my first real commander deck, and she is probably my favorite. It will be my favorite. And looks like going to combat. This time I'm gonna spread around the love a little bit. Gonna hit Nahun for 2 commander.
Hitting face to get the trigger off Hapatra.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hapatra trigger. Got only real one target here.
I can trigger myself, and I've done that many times, But hit the Elder. He still draws cards. Because it's when it dies.
It's ramp.
Yeah.
When it dies, it ramps. You could pay to sacrifice it, draw a card, and because it dies, ramp.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. You got it.
It's a Secret Tribe Elder with a cost.
Right.
Pretty much. You get more out of it if you could pay it, but it's not necessary. Kai's making sure he has all colors represented on the board.
Is 2. This is playing 2, which makes it a little bit harder to get all your colors out.
You're having to flex there, pulling out your own City's Blessing.
Yes.
Making sure we're having the right number of snakes there on the board.
Yep. Get those tokens out. To be honest with you, I was going to have it all. I had all my tokens ready for it. Completely forgot I had Wayward Swordtooth in my deck. I have it in a few of them, and I was just going through my collection, and I found 4 more. I don't know where they all came from. And so, yeah. So we got Kai going here.
Plays his land. Not the mountain. He's trying to represent all the green he can. Debating whether or not to pop Myriad Landscape to get some more lands. Looks like he decides to cast Thicket Crasher. Good green aggressive card.
I love that. He's playing a little bit of an elemental kind of a theme deck here. Gives all of his elementals trample.
Yep.
It makes his elementals, though, in this deck, Omnath produces 5/5s and is a 5/5. So giving them trample is actually something worthwhile here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
It
makes 5/5s, deals 3.
Yep.
Kai scrying with Ancestral Land, going to the bottom.
Path of the Bane. Back when the Vampires deck was running around, not a fan of it. And she brings back Blood Artist. Son of a...
Yep. Looks like he's here to stay, and we could either deal with Blood Artist, just have it come back with Sorin, or you gotta deal with both. Good luck. I'm glad I'm not there.
Stupid Blood Artist.
And Nahun's taking his turn.
And to note here, Edgar is a cast ability, the Eminence. So
Yes.
you cast a vampire. Not want to enter the battlefield. I believe this is actually what I was asking here during this moment. Just to make sure.
Yeah, I think they thought about that one.
Yeah.
Looks like Nahun decides to cast Merfolk Mistbinder. It is a Merfolk Lord
In a Morpho deck?
in a Merfolk deck.
Weird.
What?
Never gonna happen.
It draws off the Guardian Project, because lo and behold, there's not another Merfolk Mistbinder in his graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
This time he does 0 Nissa. Gets a
And
forest.
Desert.
Oh, that's the, yep. Desert from Amonkhet.
Just the cycling desert. Green desert.
He also decides to play a curse on Victor. Curse of Bounty. So whenever anyone attacks Victor, Nahun and the attacker get to untap their lands. Or permanents.
I was kind of interesting. It makes me really think here. I could make a wall of Death Touch snakes. Come attack me.
Right.
Let's play that game.
Yeah, it kind of almost makes you feel like Nahun wasted it on you, but you had the biggest board at this point.
I did.
Dark Tutelage, revealing a Terracodon.
Oh, that hurt bad.
8 life.
Oh, that was rough.
Probably the most expensive Convert Manifest card in your entire deck.
Yep, I have 2 8-drops. That is one of them. Ouch.
Which isn't too bad. I mean, you saw a 0, then you saw an 8.
Average cost 4. Look at that.
There you go.
Bobbed myself for 8. I don't know if I like to exchange 8 life for 2 cards. That's not a good exchange.
No.
I have done way worse like Necropotence, but I mean I get more cards. 1 life per card. Let's do that.
That's a lot better.
It was funny. It was actually I haven't played Hapatra in a long time. I actually played it before this. And let's say going.
We're going to see a 6. Convert mana cost card here. Casualties of War. Standard favorite targeting Nissa. Skull Clamp. Thicket Crasher. And Cavern of Souls.
I did.
And the Bounty.
Nope. I did actually go with Command Tower, sorry. But Nahun talked with me and I said I'd switched it to the Cavern.
Yeah, proving that we are all good players here.
You know, I said I'll be nice and I'll just take away that. So, because no one was playing blue, I didn't feel like he was there, and I didn't want to take away whatever Andee was doing.
Yeah, looks like she's might be losing a Blood Artist here. Hapatra is going towards Kai.
Yep.
Looks like we have a couple snakes
At Andee.
and Swordtooth.
Soren.
Nahun.
At Nahun. Oh, yeah.
Looks like damage is dealt. Nahun loses 5, Andee loses 2, Kai loses 2. Hapatra trigger, targeting on Blood Artist. Blood Artist trigger. Victor loses 1, and he gains 1.
Yep.
We're going to be seeing a lot of that.
I don't know I like it. I didn't think you were playing this game, Devin.
I mean, that's not me.
All right.
If it was me, Blood Artist would say deal damage to you.
Right.
Every time.
Yep. And back on Kai's turn, so he plays a Root Brown Crag. You know, he's not playing the right one. The right one is the dinosaur one.
That is correct. There's no other Root Bound Crag.
I guess other decks can have that one. But it's a comma, the right one is the dino deck.
It looks like he decides not to cast anything. Cracks Mirror Landscape, gets a couple of basic lands, one of each type there. Passes to Andee, who decides that Soren needs a little bit more health. Ticks up, and you guessed it, points it towards Victor.
You know, I am hurting her Blood Artist. I mean, keep killing it. I get it. You know, it's back and forth. Oh, it's different. Yep. All right. Yep. So we're getting this going here. I'm very far ahead at this point. And he's got no red mana, missing land drops.
Yeah. At this point,
More than
she's
a
falling
5, yeah.
Kumena hits the board, second commander of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Andee looking across that field at Marrow Commerce, a tribal enchantment that is actually a merfolk enchantment, which was brought up. Very interesting with Kumena.
Tribal things are interesting.
Yes.
Like, you don't think about them very often, but they are there.
Marrow Commerce is at the end of your turn, untap all merfolk you control. That's pretty good, especially with Kumena, who taps merfolks to draw cards, too.
Tap 3, untapped.
Yeah. Pretty much all of his creatures have vigilance. Kumena's costs are null and void.
Yeah.
This is a pretty big card here.
It looks like he decides not to tap 3 merfolk that he has.
Right.
And draw a card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which would be a play mistake.
Victor looks like on the Dark Tutelage, I take 3 from Nest of Scarabs.
Yeah. Quickly rectified, though.
Yep.
As you figure out your mana, you decide to play Nest of Scarabs, get some extra tokens on the board.
Yeah, make more things. I make bugs and snakes now.
Bugs and snakes.
Looks like I'm tapping the mana there. Looks like I'm going to cast. I believe it's...
Nope. This is where you cheat a little bit here. He says he's playing Cultivate.
Yep.
However...
Forgot to put it out from my hand. I tapped all the mana for
you
it.
You did. You tapped all the mana. So there's the Cultivate.
Yep.
Ramping up a little bit.
Cheating has not happened. I named the card. I tapped the mana for it. I just set my hand down and it was just like, go get the lands.
Is that how that works?
I think so.
So if I draw a land, I only have one card in hand, and I tap 10 lands, I play Umag?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can look at your deck for it right after. That's how you play Magic.
Exactly.
Just says Richard Garfield intended. Oh, alright. He's like, now it's combat time.
Going to combat, Pain Train is still rolling. Hapatra going towards Kai, 3 snakes at Nahun, and Wayward Swordtooth attacking Andee, but this time it is actually going towards Soren.
No more Blood Artist.
Soren goes down. Kai takes 2. Hapatra trigger targets Kumena. Good thing he doesn't die from it. However, more snakes.
Yep. And a bug.
And a bug.
At this point, I'm feeling really good about my board state. I feel like nobody's doing anything. Man, I'm getting pumped. I'm trying to catch up on points. I'm feeling like this is going to be a 6-point kind of game for me. Hitting that first place, that first blood, and going to kill at least one person with commander damage. Kai, it keeps coming after you.
Yeah. Alright. Kai is counting up his lands.
Isn't he supposed to be like a land deck? And I have more lands than him?
He plays Mending of Dominaria here, which does show that it is a lands matter style deck.
Oh, yeah.
However, he isn't ramping as hard as the Golgari.
That's true.
Which, to be fair, Golgari draws better.
It's got the black draw.
Yeah.
And I have Dark Tutelage out. I mean, like, that's fair.
So, Mending of Dominaria, he adds Titania back to his hand. He quickly passed to Andee, who drew a card, and quickly passed to Nahun. Andee just showing that her hand right now isn't the best. She is missing many, many land drops here.
We've all been there. Magic is a game that either you can play or doesn't let you play.
You live by the draw, and you die by the draw.
It's rough. Looks like Nahun plays Mindstone. It's a very pretty Judge promo Mindstone. It's nice. It's complimenting him on it.
Yeah.
It's the second game in a row that I've watched him play that Mindstone.
Almost like he's cheating.
Right?
Lots of cheating going on right
The
here.
funny thing is, though, it was the second time I had Dark Tutelage in the game, too, that we played the same exact board. So...
Whale.
Right? Huh, interesting. And that's my problem with Hapatra normally is the card draw. It's not always there.
Yeah.
If I have cards, this deck's going to roll. If I don't, it's just going to stumble.
Yeah, the Dark Tutelage is dealing you quite a bit of damage here. However, the advantage it gives you is way more cost-benefit ratio.
No, absolutely.
So it definitely needs to be answered and quickly.
I don't agree. I absolutely disagree with that.
I wonder.
I think it's a fantastic card. It's doing over 3 points of damage per card I got.
Yep.
Looks like Nahun is tapping out here.
Oh, looks like he might have heard me there. He's playing Force of Vigor. Targeting, you guessed it, Dark Tutelage.
And Nessa Scarab.
And throws in a Nessa Scarab.
You know what? I would have given him Dark Tutelage if he would have targeted something else. Like, leave me on Nessa Scarabs alone.
You're snakes, not insects. Get over it.
I have one insect. I have snakes and insect.
He decides to rub the salt on the wound a little bit. Attacks Victor.
Unblockable.
Unblockable Kumena here.
For 2.
For 2 old damage.
Taps.
And untaps. Look at that. Pseudo Vigilance.
Yep.
And then we're just going to do a quick snake check here. We have 4 whole snakes and 1 insect.
But, when I go for the snake check, get the dice out, it's about to go ham.
Yeah. when you plan the room to make the snakes, there's going to be too many snakes.
Yes. Yes. I didn't untap my Wayward Sword too. Alright.
It's alright. We all know what it's going to do. Looks like there's a Noxious Hatchling.
It's a 6/6, comes in with 4 -1/1 counters, which gives me a snake. And every time I cast a green, I get to remove one, or a black spell, I get to remove one. If I cast the one that has both, you remove 2.
Yep.
Just a good value card that has counters on it.
It gets bigger later the game goes.
Yep.
And
Also, if I need to, it's a good target for me to proliferate on, too, as well.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of, spread the sickness. It is a destroy target creature, then proliferate.
And then proliferate.
I totally forgot that was not scripted, people.
Looks like Nahun decides to draw first.
Yep. And here, it looks like I changed Noxus Hatchling, the proliferate. I forgot that it would actually just be the same. Because it would remove a counter from it, and then it would proliferate and add 1 as well.
Yep.
That's right. Thought about giving Kaya Mending of Dominaria one, but that wouldn't do anything.
It'd mill him.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
true.
return something. Actually,
I was actually pretty worried about the elemental deck. Because they can start popping my snakes.
Oh, yeah.
Because we can trade, but you would trade 2 snakes for every 1 elemental he made. Because if my snakes blocked it, death touch, that elemental died, my snake will die, and he blew up another snake, you know?
Yeah.
I was not looking forward to that.
Looks like we're going to combat here. Hapatra going towards Kaj.
4 snakes at Andee. The Ranger, the Insect, and the Sword Tooth, all at Nahun here.
Yeah.
Nahun taking the brunt of that damage.
Looks like no one's blocking. Hapatra triggers, hits Kumena again.
Suck it, Kumena. Now you're an O2.
Suck it.
I can't do the snake sound. Snake.
Like the professor. Cassetto.
Yes. Professor.
Professor.
You know, many Magic the Gathering players ask. Oh, you have a good show, Prof. If you like ours, send us an email. Alright, looks like we go back to Kaj here.
Mending of Dominaria ticked up there.
Mm-hmm.
Milled a little bit more.
Yep.
He's got lots of cards in hand.
You know, I haven't played Terrasson very much, and, you know, it's one of the cards in my hand I took off the Dark Tutelage earlier. And it says non-creature permanent.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was more like Beast Within, just permanent to destroy the enemies.
Nope.
Yep. Because I was holding it up for his Omnath, and I was like, ooh. I would be reading the card in this moment.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way, but speaking of, Omnath hits the board. That is 3 of the 4 commanders. He quickly plays land and gets an Omnath trigger.
Dun dun dun.
Getting a free elemental out of just playing a land is what makes Omnath
a free 5
so good.
You know what? It's not just that. It's also the death triggers too.
Yeah.
And here in a couple weeks, when the death triggers ruling changes, it'll be nicer for Omnath too.
For sure.
Because now when Omnath dies, it will also trigger that.
Yeah. Omnath never did because you choose for him to go back to the command zone, so therefore technically doesn't.
You lose that
die.
one trigger. Well, that triggers the game. You know.
And I've seen that before.
Mm-hmm. I knew that an extra bolt to damage to your face. Looks like you passed the turn to Andee. Andee drew a card and
Passed to Nahun.
Rough. Feeling real bad about that.
She is in the lead of our league, so
She is. She anybody had a couple points to spare. She does.
yeah.
So I get worried about this little Merfolk deck. You know why?
There's
It's the only one playing blue. And one of the ways that you get into this game, or I can lose it, is by losing my card draw, which I did. And then getting outvalued.
right.
It looks like Nahun casts...
Green Warden of Marasa.
What ETBs, he can return a card to his hand.
Yep, from the grave, and then when it dies you do it again.
But you exile it. The creature.
The Green Warden.
Yep.
Yeah. So he chooses Mistbinder, grabbing that Lord again, getting another draw off of Guardian Project. His value train is just rolling here.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm still feeling pretty good right now. I feel like I'm definitely arch enemy.
For sure. That board state, the Death Touch, you're getting in for free attacks. However, Nahun can as well get in free attacks. Decides to tap to give Kumena unblockable. Swings at Victor for a whopping 0 damage. Just showing a message here, guys.
Yeah, Nahun and I thought we were friends, buddy, old pal. On our show here today, I don't know if I like that.
Passes turn, untaps his merfolks.
Yeah, I'm just top decking now. I'm running out of gas in my hands here. But I'm making a bunch of snakes.
You
And nobody wants to block them.
got a lot of snakes.
That's just going to incremental damage here and there. It's like I'm casting Rishkar.
Yeah.
Pima Renegade? Yes. She any creatures that have counters on it can tap for mana.
Specifically +1/+1 counters, right?
Nope.
Is
She
any counter?
gives, yep. She gives 2 +1/+1. Creatures with counters on them can tap for mana.
That sounds pretty good. Putting it on the Ranger and Hapatra.
You know, at this point, I want commander damage kill. And 2 at a time
Is
taking a while.
Not quite enough there.
Yep.
Removing one from the Noxious.
And you know what? You know what really hurts? Getting teched for 0 with a commander. I am not a fan. Did not like that happening. You know what? I'm really grinding my gears right now because I'm like, I can't believe, Nahun, that you would attack me like that.
Even though, looking at this here score, Sword Tooth, Insect Ranger, hit him for 7.
Because he hit me with the curse. Like, it's all been him instigating.
All from the start.
And me answering it. And he was not ready for a Victor Devon kind of battle.
You do got to be prepared for that.
Let's see what we got here.
Now, looking at the board, you have Kaj with Elemental and Death triggers, and so he's not a real safe attack for you.
Yep.
So we have 8 snakes going towards Nahun, who blocks 1 with Kumena, and Hapatra going towards Andee, trying to work another angle for the commander kill.
Yep. It's like, she got nothing. And I was worried about those elementals they had out there.
Yeah.
In Omnath.
Kaj just playing his commander and a land.
And he's literally, you can see his hands out there. He is begging to let us up Mending of Dominaria hit. And hit his 2 lands coming back.
Yeah. It seems pretty good. Looks like we get combat to go through here.
You know, and I say, you know what? I'm going to let that happen, guy. I'm going to really let that happen. You know, but it's only fair I put a trigger here on Omnath, though, from Hapatra.
Yeah.
To make a snake.
You gotta start working your way through the Omnath life total.
Yeah, you know, I have lots of cards in here that kills if they have a -1/-1 counter on it. A lot of proliferate. So I can I feel like I can kill it. And it won't trigger. And if it's not here, I can kill its other elementals.
Right.
And not worry, you know.
Yeah, the way that you deal with Omnath is make sure he's off the board before you deal with the other elementals.
No, absolutely.
So Omnath getting the Hapatra trigger, -1/-1. Another snake hits the board. And Kaj putting Mending on the stack.
He's like, uh-oh, you're letting me do it? This is happening? He gets real excited.
You decide to sudden spoil, because you're a jerk. Sudden spoiling is a split second. Target opponent's creatures become 0/2s with no effect.
No abilities.
Omnath,
Fortunately, I was hoping to get the Omnath, though, with 2 triggers on it. Could not make that happen, because that wasn't going to be my plan there.
to sudden spoil and just have it
Die.
die.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been a good trick. I think actually doing that was a good idea. Because that would have been... I think he only had 2 in the bin.
Mm-hmm.
So there would have been 3 elementals and Omnath. Just that alone is 9 damage before combat.
Mm-hmm.
Or after combat, technically.
Yeah.
And there's no way that you wouldn't block. So you'd have to take the 3 burn damage.
No, and they're 5/5s, and that's the problem.
They're
They're huge.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll take 1 or 2, but still, it's rough.
Kai's double checking sudden spoiling. Specifically to make sure that they retain their color identity, though.
Yep, they retain color identity. They retain their creature type.
And their names.
And their name. And their CMC.
Yep. They're just no effect 0/2s.
Yep.
any counters on them remain, like we were talking about. But
No, it's interesting though. I played against a deck with Hapatra that had elemental lands created by Nissa, and you make them O2s with no abilities. They actually become 3/2s, 3/5s.
3/5s.
Yep, because Nissa makes them OOs.
Yep.
With the counters. I thought I was going to kill them. I was wrong, as usual.
Regal Force hits the board. Draw a card for each green creature you control, and that is 3.
I was hoping for my Regal Force, to be honest. I needed to fill my hand back up.
That would have been an amazing draw on your part.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
Some shaky camera work.
Looks like somebody hit our camera, I believe. Alright.
Looks like he discards down to hand size. Passes over to Andee.
Andee draws.
And she
gets a
land!
land! Yeah! Woo! High five.
Tap land.
Yes.
Windbrush Heights has a hideaway ability. Very useful. Still not red.
Still not red. And she's looking at the hideaway, and she sees 3 lands.
She sees 3 lands and a mana rock.
Yep. And unfortunately, with those lands, those still were not red, I found out.
Yep.
None of them were a red source.
You want to know what the issue is? She's playing on a mountain playmat.
I thought I had all of its red right there.
Yeah, that's all it needed right there.
That's a very pretty playmat, though.
I do like the constellation artwork.
I do, too. Alright, Nahun's going here.
Looks like that's a great henge.
It is. Looks like he gets that. That's a fantastic card in Commander.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he only paid 4 for it.
You know, and when you and I saw that, that was immediate. We're like, this is going to be a Commander staple. Like, gain life, you get a counter, get a draw card, and it's in green. Green plays creature decks.
And it's a ramp. It pays for itself if you have enough power.
Yep.
Like,
it's a comma.
As soon as we saw this, we counted up the number of green decks we currently had and got like 20 more.
I believe Nahun here was saying that he, at this point, sometimes he doesn't like to buy cards, for a couple dollars. But, he has like 8 or 9 of those edges.
They are too good.
They really are.
He does tap it. Gets him some life there.
Much needed life. I believe he was at like 12, I believe. Somewhere around there.
Getting hit with the Wayward Sawtooth a couple of times, does that to a person.
Yep.
Casts, once again, our favorite, Merfolk Mistbinder.
Yep. And let's see here.
Make sure to get that draw.
Yep.
Get that draw and get that counter.
Get the draw from the
Guardian
Great Henge and the draw from the Guardian Project. Guardian Project also a fantastic card.
Oh, yeah. Free draw for 4 mana.
In Commander, yeah. Not to get into the ban talks, the pre-banning, but Lutri is banned because it can just go in any Izzet deck as a companion.
Mm-hmm.
Because just the way the format is. With the can't have cards of same card title.
Right.
But Guardian Project, same thing.
However, you do have to work for it.
You do. It's not in a separate zone where you have to get it. You have to draw it.
Right.
I agree.
However,
But it's under the same kind of feeling,
Would you think it would be okay with Lutri was Commander legal now if, because of the new wording companions have?
To add 3 to put it to your hand?
So that's, instead of 3, that's 6.
That is. And then you have to cast it, and Lutri copies a spell, right?
Yeah, all it does is copy a spell.
6 mana to copy 1 spell. I don't know. Still no. I don't know. I just recently built an Izzet deck, and I know some of the spells that I put in there. If I had a way to know I can copy it, guaranteed.
Yeah,
Would definitely change the way I play.
I mean, just looking at standard, there's expansion explosion.
You know, I was just talking to you about Electro Dominance, some shenanigans with that, and just copying that. It looks like Nahun decides to spark double the...
Green Warden of Marasa.
Yep.
Decides to grab his Nissa, Steward of the Elements again.
Yep.
Now this is kind of... Most people do play clone effects, but Nahun was talking to us how that is kind of his flavor on anything blue. He loves the clone effects. He loves to make multiple copies in a singleton format.
Yep. Well, that's the reason why singleton is to... Because a lot of cards are good, but they become more and more powerful. You can have more copies of them.
Right.
And how do you break that? How do you cheat it? You hit things like Spark Double. Mirror Maid, you know?
Spark Double, even worse, because it loses Legendary.
Yep.
Victor's taking his turn, finally. And...
So drew my card. Yeah, at this point here, I'm not really drawing very hot.
No. I think slowly this is starting to go to a dead hand, but your board presence...
I have lethal on the board. I can kill Nahun right here. And he could not do anything about it. Just with my snakes. And probably send a couple other creatures at him. Because the snakes looks like I have 9.
Yeah, you do end up having 9 snakes here. We're going back on a couple triggers with the Guardian Project and Great Henge.
Yep, this is where I'm fixing the snakes so I have them all together.
So there's 9 snakes there.
Yep. See here, I'm doing some math here. And I'm feeling kind of bad because I keep picking on Nahun, but Nahun, you know, instigated it, I feel.
He's giving you a reason to pick on him.
He is. He started poking me, and I was like, you don't want to poke the bear. And then, you know what? I'm a guy. I'm a good guy. I'm not going to kill you here, Nahun, I believe.
Just for all those out there, it's not a grizzly bear, it's a koala bear.
Cuddliest of koala bears. That's my MO, buddy.
You're really taking your time with your turn here. Gotta get that math in there. Like
it was a starting to get wearing on me this turn. Like
yeah,
I was really contemplating just punching Nahun in the face with some snakes because he's got a really good value engine going already.
Yes, he does.
And I can see that outpacing me real quickly. And then I can also see Kaj out here killing me too.
Like, you have 2 decks that just need to turn over and let loose, and you will lose the board state so quickly. And then Andee over here is a back burner.
Yeah.
If she gets left alone, all she has to do is play a couple vampires. Edgar gives her free ones.
Yep. It looks like I am going to combat here. Looks like I'm sending just three snakes at Nahun. I just want to kill one of his things on the board. I want him to try to trade.
Right, which he does. He does block 1.
I sent 6 at Kaj. It looks like Kaj is going to block one of those too. And then it looks like I'm sending Wayward Swordtooth, Hapatra, the insect token, the hatchling, all at Andee for 13. Because she is actually... I'm looking at everyone's life total. Everyone's about... Nahun's almost dead. Kaj is in the 20s at this point. And Andee, though, is almost at 40. She's high. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I haven't been hitting you. Here comes a big chunk.
Yep.
And then when I play, I try to spread out the commander damage, really.
Yeah, especially when someone's behind missing land drops and lower hand. Like, you kind of take it easy on them, but that's actually kind of a downfall, too, isn't it?
Yeah, if you take it easy on those people, sometimes they just come back and bite you.
And they just snap catch up.
What's funny is I've had that happen to me so many times when I'm playing this Hapatra deck where it just stumbles. All of a sudden, I get the one card I need, and game over!
Yep.
And nobody can do anything. You know.
So Kaj does block with an elemental, which means that we have a couple triggers going on here. Omnath trigger kills Reshkar.
This one I'm tapping for mana, which I didn't need at this point, really.
Yep. And then Hapatra trigger targets Omnath again. Makes another snake. and you're not done with your turn yet.
Yeah, I was sad to top deck this. This is a card I like to see early if I have somebody who's being aggressive, you know.
Yeah.
Like this Edgar Markov deck I like to block with something like this, you know.
And this is Renclaw Trow.
Yep.
Trow.
It
has Persist and Wither.
Yep.
So it comes back after it dies with a -1/-1. And it deals damage as -1/-1.
Yep. Which fits the snakes on the plane theme.
Absolutely.
Makes more snakes. The downside, I think, of this deck here is you have to really have Hapatra out to be doing anything.
Right.
Nice thing is it only costs 2 mana.
Yep, and she's very easy to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kai is flashing some lands around, evolving wilds into a mountain, gets a couple of Omnath elemental tokens.
He always has the evolving wilds.
It's a good card. I mean, he was actually saying earlier that he doesn't have any of the actual fetch, which he's really wanting in there.
Yeah.
In standard, you have Fabled Passage, which is amazing. You have Prismatic Vista. So many
you
cards.
Got all 10 fetches, technically. No, you can't put all 10. That's not going to work.
No, you can't do all 10.
How many of them can you do, though? If you can't see this, Devin is counting on his fingers and in the air.
Shut a lot of them.
A lot of them. You're right. You can get a lot of them.
Rishkar's Expertise. Pretty good card here. He gets to draw 5 and then play a 5-drop for free.
Yep.
Or 5 or less for free. For only 6. And he decides to play Titania. That, I think, is a really good green card.
Yep. Very good.
However, he should have...
He brings back the Evolving Wild.
I think he should have actually, with that trigger on the stack of her bringing one from the grave, should have then cracked the Evolving Wilds. Because you make the 5/3 when the land dies.
Yeah.
And so with that trigger on the stack, he would have gotten...
An extra 3/5. It's a 3/5 she makes. Or is it 5/3? She makes an extra... Elemental.
Like, it's not much of a difference here. And probably just something he didn't think of.
And he goes to get that. Play his Soul Ring here.
5/3.
5/3s? Okay.
5/3 green elemental.
And it looks like he also can play Incandescent Soul Stroke.
Yep.
This is all your elementals get +1/+1. Tap 1 in a red, tap it, and it gets to play an elemental from your hand.
Pretty good to me.
And it sacrifices it at the end step. It looks like here he's thinking about if he wants to do anything. Andee gets to take her turn, looks like.
She's looking around this board, and it seems pretty heavy.
She does. She's got nothing. She's got nothing here. And what do we have? Looks like she played Merciless Eviction, exiling all the creatures.
To note, it is exile, not destroy.
It is.
That is a huge card right now. Everything is reset. Mm-hmm. No more elementals. No death triggers. Persist doesn't happen.
No.
Like, this is a huge reset for Andee, and this is where, unfortunately, it took her entire turn. If she had more lands, that would have been different. However, we get to go around the table, and hopefully she comes back in the swing of this.
At this point, I knew that this is going to be a different game now. I got I think 1 or 2 cards in my hand.
Yeah.
And I'm looking over there at Nahun's value already. Concealed Guardian Project, and then Merfolk and Great Henge on there, and that's 3 cards a turn for 1. He just casts his commander to get 3 cards. So, to get 2 more cards, I mean. I knew this was going to be rough.
So it looked like Nahun. Looks like he's searching for that stomping grounds here.
Is that what he got?
Yeah, that's what he ends up getting.
Stomping ground. I'm sure it's not breeding pool. I'm pretty sure it's breeding pool.
But doesn't matter. Nyx Blue Ancient hits the board, draws him 2 cards, gains a 1/1 counter, and he gains 2 life from the Great Henge.
Oh, you forgot the most important part. Anything he taps for mana now produces 3 times as much.
3 times, not 3 plus 3 times. This is gonna go crazy.
This is where I think this game, like I said, I was already looking at his value engine there. Value plus mana.
But you're looking over here at a black deck, a red deck, and a black-white red deck. Like, there's got to be removal in those colors, right?
Well, yeah, there's plenty of removal.
So he shouldn't be on the board that long.
You would hope not. You would really hope not. If it is, I don't know. Alright, looks like Nahun's trying to figure out what he's doing and counting up his mana here. Yep. Whew. Kai's getting kind of angry over here. And he's like, thank goodness I cast that Merciless Eviction right now.
Yeah. Though if she didn't and she waited 1 more turn,
I think I would have been able to win if she didn't do that with 1 more turn.
So there we have a Merfolk Sovereign coming from Nahun there. Yep. Drawing more cards with all that mana.
Yep. You know, it really looks like from here. I'm not sure what Nahun's plan is, but it doesn't seem like casting his commander.
At this point, that probably would have been my go-to.
Yeah, start drawing cards, tapping your Merfolk, untapping with the enchantment out there.
Yep. But he does back that up with a Mercfiend Liege, which
untaps more stuff.
Is a crazy.
Yep. It looks like we had an accident here, people. Sorry about that. Ooh. Yep. Sorry about that. Somebody hit the camera here. Ooh. Yeah, Mercfiend Liege gives blue creatures +1/+1, green creatures +1/+1 separately. So blue green get both.
Yep.
Commander, which does that. Looks like he's playing Awakening Zone, which gives him Eldrazi Spawn, which sacrifice it produces 1 colorless mana. Right. Bad news is though it doesn't triple with Nyx Boom because you don't tap it.
You don't tap it.
If treasures would produce. Yep.
You do.
Sacrificing it doesn't carry. Just that you have to tap it.
Yep.
Hapatra, look at that. She's back.
Back on the board. 4 mana, 2/2.
Yep.
Looks like we're going for... Not quite sure yet. He's thinking about it.
Yep. Targeting using...
Incremental Blight.
This gives 1 -1/-1 counters on a creature, 2 -1/-1 counters on a creature, and 3 -1/-1 counters on a creature.
Yeah, 3 separate targets, so we end up targeting Sovereign, Liege, Sovereign.
Yep.
Nahun decides to say, hey, guess what?
I'm a blue player.
Pay 2 or it's countered, and you look down at your board, realize you only have 1 command tower.
Suck. Because I was going to create 3 snakes.
3 snakes.
And I was going to get back into this. That did not work.
Yeah.
I was letting him keep his next one. See, I don't understand. Problem.
He's a blue player.
He is.
It's just in our nature.
I'm a blue player too. I get it. Alright. Looks like pass to Kai here.
Yeah, Kai decided to pop his Myriad Landscape, get some more basics out of his deck. Gotta pay the extra cost on Omnath now.
Alright, let's see here. It looks like Kai's going to cast Omnath.
Yep, gotta make sure to get his engine going again.
These decks that you have to have your commander play feel more like a commander deck. You know?
Right.
Instead of just, a lot of them, it doesn't really feel like it. Edgar is one that you actually don't have to really play Edgar. It gets better, but the Eminence
is what you're playing him for. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the Ur Dragon, same with Arbo. You know, they all...
The original Eminence, which was not a keyword yet.
Oloro,
which was one of my favorites.
Yep.
Let's see here. Looks like Kai's thinking on what he wants to play. Looks like he's pleading with somebody for something. And he's playing Zendikar's Royal.
Everyone's trying to play the catch-up game at this point. After the board wipe.
Yep.
Gets a 2/2 and a 5/5 elemental there.
Yep. Let's see here. He just has the 2 mountains and the Evolving Wilds. Left up, not much he can do left here on his turn.
Which, I mean, leaving an Evolving Wilds up means that's about 13 potential damage there.
Yep.
10. Whatever. No. 13. We were both elementals. I had it right.
I think the answer you're looking for is 8, but okay. 2/2. 6. Yeah, you're right. 13.
Boom.
Woo! Devin can math. That's why he's always a blocker. It's math is for blockers. That's right. This is Kai's really thinking about what he wants to do. What can Andee do to get back into this game?
Honestly, hit a red source.
For real, that's where she needs to start. I mean, but what actually can she do? I think if she got some way to cast 3 or 4 vampires, like 1 or 2 drop vampires here. Well, because she has 6 mana. So yeah, 3 2-drop vampires.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think going the creature route is going to be her goal. So the thing about vampires is, yes, they are vampire aggro, but looking at Nahun, who's at such a low life total.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think she's got to get the creature.
They actually have a life drain mechanic
that's true.
as well.
That's true.
So I think she actually needs to drain out Nahun.
Sanctum Seeker, I think is one of the ways you can attack with it. Drain.
There's so many. There's Singman Bond, and then Blood Artist, getting that back out. Just all these gain life, lose life triggers.
Yeah.
Andee showing off her a giant metal die. Nahun seeing how small
Nahun's
it is.
is much smaller.
Much smaller.
Alright.
Looks like Kai did pop the Evolving Wilds. Made some more elementals here.
I think... Ooh, looks like Andy's going to take her turn here. She draws a card.
Sangromancer hits the board and a free vampire. Sangromancer is really good here. It doesn't drain, but it does get her life total back and get cushioned a bit. Anytime a player discards cards or whenever a creature dies, she gains 3 life.
Yep.
Nahun's taking his turn here. Gets the free Eldrazi spawn.
So you remember right here, he is gaining 2 life. Using a Great Henge, which actually produces 6 mana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus an island there.
So
we got 6 green, 3 blue.
Yep.
But I don't think he remembers that the Henge is producing 6.
Nope. So let's talk a little bit about Kai. What do you think Kai needs to do to win from here? I think everyone's at roughly low life. I'm actually not at a low life total. No one's really attacking me.
No.
The wall of snakes.
The only damage you've taken is from your own Dark Tutelage.
And
so 11.
And the 2 from Nahun's commander.
From the earlier. So 13 damage so far. I think
Kai, if he can produce a few more, probably 4 or 5 more elementals, and board wipe, and just...
So actually how most Omnath decks do it is through a sack outlet, like Goblet Bombardment or Blasting Station or some such effect where you get value out of sacrificing, but you're really just trying to trigger Omnath as much as you
like
can.
Altar of Dementia would be nice because you get 2 ways. You can damage and mill somebody probably with all those.
Yeah.
Those 5/5s.
Yeah, that would be a lot of cards to mill out. Especially Nahun here, who's drawn
a lot of his deck.
6+ cards a turn.
Yep. Looks like he ended up casting Tatiova, then Prime Speaker Zagana, drawing 8.
Yeah, he draws 8 off of...
See, this point here, I think the whole table's filling this game is just about over. Nahun has all the mana ever needed in the world, and all the cards.
Yeah.
And everyone else has a couple cards in their hand. Andee actually has a full grip of cards you can't cast. But besides that, everyone else, Kai and myself, we have only a couple cards in our hand. We're basically top decking here.
Right.
And this is getting kind of sad for us.
Yeah, the great thing for Nahun about the Merciless Eviction is that actually didn't hurt him that much. Most of his stuff was the enchantments giving his value, and then the Nyx Bloom right after.
Right after it, yeah. It's funny, though, if Andee would have held that for one more turn.
Right.
I don't know if she could have cast anything else, though. It may have been also she wanted to cast spells. And there we go. Looks like Nahun's trying to figure out the mana situation.
Yeah, he's counting up his mana there. I don't think she could have, looking at Kai's and your board state.
I agree. I agree. Time in the game, I felt 100% that's what she needed to do.
Yeah.
Hindsight, though, one turn, and it would have been nice.
Yeah, it looks like we have Arcane Adaptation from Nahun naming...
Merfolk.
You guessed it.
Sad. Them fishies are swimming.
Yeah, so now they all untap because...
And they're all Merfolk.
And this is just going downhill. And then Lol Mage, a mentor.
Ugh.
It's
Lol Mage. What does this do?
So this is a tap 7 Merfolk, which he has plenty of, to counter a spell.
Yep.
And then you make 1 Merfolk. So it's a fair magic card. I mean, you're tapping 7 permanents.
Right.
Right.
To counter a single spell.
Right. And then making 1 more, which, if you've got a massive board, I mean, you might get 1 more free out of all the spells that you countered, or whatever. Getting some Tatiova triggers here, gain some life. And he must have just top decked the best card he ever could have.
Yep.
He's looking at his mana again. Nick's Bloom Ancient saying, "Bro, I got you."
So it looks like Nahun is still, once again, adding up his mana. Nick's Bloom Ancient does one thing. It makes you think about your mana.
Yeah.
You know, it's not hard to think about your mana when you have 2 cards to play, but when you have a grip of cards, full hand.
But here's the lock, boys and girls. Rites of Replication Kit on Lol Mage. So what this means is he now has 6 copies of Lol Mage. So every time he counters a spell, he's making 6
Of the 7 needed Merfolk.
of the 7 needed Merfolk.
So he basically can count as many creatures he has on the board. Spells that he can counter. Yep.
Right after he plays Burgeoning for some reason. Mostly to get cards out of his hand because now he's going to discard. So the thing that you need to note here is he actually can't counter that many spells at the moment. You pretty much have 1 turn where if everyone focuses on combat and casting spells, focusing Nahun.
Well, I think I don't know about that because you'd have to have 1 person on the next turn or whatever turn it is casting a bunch of spells. 1 person actually has to cast a bunch.
Right.
To get it because he will untap them all with Murkfiend Liege.
That is true.
So that is the problem, is that he just untaps them. So you need to have somebody who gets it all the way done, be able to get 1 thing through it. And with everybody with 2 cards in hand, it's...
Well, except for Andee, who is missing the red source. So this, like the board state, the hand sizes, and the lock that Nahun has pretty much gives us the end to this game.
Yep. We're going to fast forward it from here, folks. Nahun has a pretty good lock. There's a couple of triggers that happen. Nothing consequential. Nahun makes a bunch of Merfolk.
Yep.
Decides to attack Andee. Nahun and I make a deal because I didn't kill him. He's not going to kill me. Lets me come in 2nd place. And he ends up killing Kaj and leaving me for the end, and I ended up conceding to him. One last little, I know you let me live, but I'm not letting you get commander damage because I can't cast a spell.
So here we have Nahun who gets 1st, Victor gets 2nd, Kaj gets 3rd, and Andee gets 4th.
Yep. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.
Have a good day.